Long ago, in a beautiful valley surrounded by towering mountains, there flowed a young river named Riva. Born from melting snow high in the peaks, she dreamed of reaching the great ocean. Every day she rushed downhill, sparkling in the sunlight and singing cheerful songs as she flowed. "I will reach the ocean faster than any river before me," she proudly declared. The birds admired her energy, and the trees along her banks swayed gently in agreement. But deep within the valley stood a massive rock called Boulder. He was enormous, ancient, and unmoving. For hundreds of years he had stood in the same place. Powerful winds could not shake him. Heavy storms could not move him. Everyone in the valley knew Boulder as the strongest rock in the land. One day, as Riva hurried toward her destination, she suddenly stopped. Right in front of her stood Boulder, completely blocking her path. "Move aside," Riva shouted. "I have a journey to complete." Boulder remained silent. Frustrated, Riva gathered all her strength and slammed against the rock. Splash! Water sprayed high into the air, but Boulder didn't move. Not even an inch. Riva tried again, and again, and again. For days she crashed into the rock with all her might. She believed that if she pushed hard enough, she would eventually break through. But nothing changed. The rock remained exactly where it was. Weeks passed, and Riva grew discouraged. One morning, an old turtle named Tanu slowly walked to the riverbank. "You seem troubled," he said. "The rock is blocking my path," Riva replied sadly. "I've used all my strength, but I can't move him." Tanu smiled. "Perhaps strength is not what you need." "What do you mean?" asked Riva. "You are trying to defeat the rock in a single moment. Some obstacles cannot be overcome that way." "Then how can I pass?" she asked. The turtle pointed toward a tiny crack near the base of the rock. "Flow through the smallest opening you can find. Keep moving. Keep trying. Let persistence do what force cannot." Riva wasn't convinced. She wanted quick results, not slow ones. But after so many failures, she decided to trust the turtle's advice. Instead of attacking the rock, she began flowing gently around it. She slipped into tiny cracks and narrow spaces. Day after day, she continued moving forward. Spring passed. Summer arrived. Autumn covered the valley in golden leaves. Winter wrapped the mountains in snow. Still, Riva kept flowing. Years went by. At first, nothing seemed different. The rock looked just as strong as before. Sometimes Riva wondered if her efforts mattered at all. But she refused to stop. Slowly, the tiny crack became wider. Water entered deeper into the stone. Little by little, grain by grain, the rock began to change. No one noticed at first. The progress was too small to see. Yet every day, the river continued her work. Then one morning, a loud sound echoed across the valley. Crack! A piece of boulder broke away. The animals looked up in surprise. Another year passed. Crack! Another section fell. The opening grew larger and larger until a clear passage appeared through the center of the rock. At last, Riva flowed freely beyond the obstacle that had once seemed impossible to overcome. The valley animals gathered to celebrate. The birds sang joyful songs. The trees danced in the breeze. Even Boulder smiled. "I understand now," Riva said. "You were never defeated by power alone." Boulder nodded. "You succeeded because you never stopped." Riva looked back at the path she had carved through the stone. She remembered every moment she had wanted to quit. Every day she believed nothing was changing. Every time she felt her efforts were useless. Yet each small action had mattered. Each day had brought her one step closer. As she continued her journey toward the ocean, she carried that lesson with her forever. Whenever she met another obstacle, she no longer tried to force her way through. Instead, she remained patient, steady, and persistent. And every challenge eventually gave way. Moral of the story: persistence is stronger than force. Great achievements rarely happen all at once. Success comes from small efforts repeated day after day. Even when progress is invisible, every step forward matters.